Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of the podcast. I just want to start off by saying that I feel fantastic and Mercury is not retrograde anymore. And honestly, it's just making me so fucking happy. So, a time for celebration, I'd say, and I hope you all had a good weekend. If you didn't, just know that it's gonna get better because that bitch, like, it's so crazy because it's always like, okay, whatever. You're like, oh yeah, sucks, haha. Retweet a little relatable meme about like something going wrong. But just reflecting on how I feel now, like it was an emotional time for me. And just a lot of like thinking about my life, overthinking my life. I was talking about it in the last podcast, I think, but I just felt sad, and I don't often feel like that, where I just like don't want to like do anything. So, yeah, and it, not like heavy, but just kind of, it was more prominent. So glad to be out of that, and I hope you guys all feel better now as well. I just drank a green juice. It had cucumber, ginger, and oranges. So is that even a green juice? I don't know. I mean, cucumbers are green, but it was bomb. And yeah, I had kind of a lit weekend, and there were all these tweets about, I was retweeting them all like, this is a time for celebration, something about something, all this stuff, and Mercury, not Mercury, like time for celebration and good times. And I was like, bitch, I'm now living my best life. So yeah, feeling good to say the least. But how was your guys' Mercury retrograde? Yeah, a lot of realizations, a lot of like, I feel like it's really, because I feel like so much of astrology, especially when I say it, because I don't really know that much, it sounds like the same shit over and over. It's like realizations. So that's for the new moon and Mercury retrograde and all that, like, huh? I feel like for me this time around, it was a lot of realizations about things that I need to improve on, and especially with the lunar eclipse, which is, that was like a time of, just being uncomfortable and like realizing things that you need to maybe work on about yourself, or things from your past that are affecting you now. And I was really feeling a lot of that, and it was kind of making me like, yeah, it was definitely an uncomfortable feeling, because you know, you just want to feel happy and like not worry about shit and just live your best life, have a good time. When you're like, oh my god, I can't believe this thing from my past is now affecting me so much and preventing me from being the best me. But you can either be upset about it and let it destroy you inside, or you can use this awareness and these realizations, even if they are uncomfortable, to propel yourself forward. And I feel like growth really happens when you are uncomfortable, because if you're never uncomfortable, you always stay the same. Like, what are you changing, you know? So it's not like you have to go through bad times, or shit has to be negative for you to get what you want, you know? Like, I really believe in the, it's not like the easiest thing to do, but how do they phrase it in law of attraction books and like videos and stuff? Like the path of least resistance, I think. Like, if something's really like, and that's not, I don't know, it's like not to say to give up if something's hard, but you know what I mean? Like, what feels like, when you think about it, you're like, oh, I want to do that. Like, I think a good example from my experience is, you guys may know, in high school I took community college classes to get my associates, like my AA degree, which is basically like the first degree before a bachelor's degree in college, to get that while like also graduating high school. And I had like too many high school credits. It was all like PE credits that I never did, that filled up too much time, so I couldn't take all the classes. So basically, like, I couldn't get my AA and graduate at the same time. And I was about to graduate high school, and I was like, I'm not gonna be able to get my AA too. And I was just thinking about it, and I was like, so upset. Like, it would just make me so upset to think that I had to be there and take classes that I didn't want to take. And then when I thought of doing things like traveling, or you know, pursuing YouTube, or like doing that, even though there's a lot of scary things that come with that, you know, there's like less security, it's not like, there's nothing guaranteed, versus getting a degree, it's very like, I mean, obviously it's like kind of a scam too, but you know what I mean? Like, it's less security, it's less regulations, and it's just like kind of random. That just felt so, the idea of that just felt so much better to me. And it's not like it was gonna be physically easier, but there was less resistance, because I actually, like, it was something was and am passionate about. So I hope that makes sense. That's kind of like a long explanation, a long example, but you know, like what feels the easiest to do. And once you are realizing shit about yourself, and you know, it's almost like healing your past or like changing things. Like I was thinking of like shit. I was like literally laying in bed one night and I was like, wow, like thinking of all my worst childhood memories, and I was like, wow, like what do all of these things have in common? And I was like, oh my god, like how does this affect me now? And like that's like the shit that they do in therapy, TBH. Like I've never been to therapy, but sometimes I'm just like so curious just to know like what I would uncover about myself in my past, because all of our childhoods, like that shapes so much of you, and it just makes sense, you know. Like that's why I try to really not be judgmental of other people. Like yeah, maybe I don't want to be best friends with everyone, but I try to not be judgmental and to just remember that, like, I don't know, usually the way someone acts or how they are is like such a product of their past and of their childhood and how they were brought up, because those first few years of your life, you're so like you're absorbing everything, and it's like you're creating your belief system and like what you believe to be right and wrong, and like what to do and what not to do, and like yeah, it just makes so much sense. I think everyone should go to therapy. Like I'm like I should go. Like I don't know. I saw a video that was like, what, like you should go to therapy if, but I never watched it, because I don't know, I feel like my day-to-day life, I don't know, like it's just like what would I uncover? Like I'm just curious more than anything. Yeah, and I think, I don't know, to me in my everyday life I'm like, yeah, it's like very normal, but there's still such a stigma about it. And I talk about this all the time, but especially guys, and we're just like socialized, like guys especially are socialized to not express their emotions healthily, and it's like weak to show emotion and stuff. So that's why take it out. Like they just want to tell you their whole life story when you're hanging out, and you're like, I don't actually care, and like stop putting your emotional baggage on me. Go to therapy and like work it out and like become better. Anyway, I didn't even plan to talk about that, but that's the tea. If you've been to therapy, let me know your experience, and did it help you? And yeah, I'm like very curious. But yeah, I was just basically thinking about my past and like what could I be improving, and what I think another big thing is like realizing things from your past or thinking about them and realizing that, like, for me, I was thinking about all these things that happened during elementary school or middle school where like teachers would yell at me, or just, it was always like being almost publicly, I don't want to say shamed, but you know, like when the teacher calls you out in front of the whole class, like shit like that, or like teachers yelling at me and I felt like I did nothing wrong, and I was like, huh? So I think another thing that helps to overcome these like bad memories or make you feel better about them, or like they don't have to affect you now today as an adult, is that you were a different person then, and maybe you didn't realize the whole thing, like everything that was going on, especially if you were a kid. You know, like it makes sense that you would feel the way that you felt being a kid, but then now looking back, it's like, okay, I was a kid, maybe that person was having a bad day, I took it personally and I, you know, didn't have to, or whatever it may be, you know what I mean? Like you never, and even now it's like you never know what's going on. So it's like in the 4 agreements, like don't take anything personally, even though it's so fucking hard at times, especially when someone makes, it seems like they're making an effort to be like personal. Don't take it personally. It's like, bitch. Especially like, it's like, what a reasonable, well, I don't know, I want to say like what a reasonable person act like that, but we all have like bad days, you know. I'm sure I've been rude to people and not even like meant to be rude, but it's just like I was thinking about something else. And that's the tea. Dude, I'm like sweating, but then the actual AC is like too cold, but I'm like hot. Daily struggles. My apartment's either like way too cold and the AC is just so loud. I'm like, wow. I go back to my hometown day after tomorrow, and I'm very excited for all the TBTs, so expect some vlogs. I'm excited to see my family. I haven't been since wintertime, and it's so beautiful there. I'm from Washington, if you guys didn't know, like kind of near Seattle. So yeah, it's just so beautiful there in the summer, and you know, like a reasonable temperature outside, and nature, and the air is so fresh, and I'm just very excited. I'm gonna be there for like a week. So I'm trying to decide if I should bring my microphone and like do a podcast. Yeah, I'm just gonna be there to chill, go to the gym, like, yeah, TBTs. Anyway, I asked you guys to, oh wait, I wanted to talk about one other thing, because a lot of people have been asking me about something. I don't care about the tea, but I will say that my goal in, I guess, everything that I do, especially like everything I do on social media and how I portray myself, how I act, I've talked about this before, but like you can be multiple people. Like I think basically where I'm coming from is like some haters will be like, oh my god, like what a hoe, like you show ass, like, oh you think that like this is a good example, or you call yourself spiritual or whatever, but you are like posting half naked photographs. It's like, yeah bitch, okay, I can be a thot and a business bitch, okay, I can do both. Like so I guess my goal is just to show you that you can, like, I am out here following my dreams, okay? And I just want to show you that, like, because I know, okay, there's a lot that I want to say. I know for me, sometimes I feel a pressure to be, I don't want to say perfect, but that's kind of like the vibe. Like I feel guilty for going out, or in the past I felt guilty for going out. I felt guilty for, you know, maybe doing something that wasn't like perfectly aligned with being like a wholesome spiritual green juice doing yoga at 5 a.m. You know what I mean? And if you want to live your life like that and you feel happy doing that and you don't feel like you're missing out or you're guilty or whatever, like do you live your best life, whatever that means to you. But I just want to show people, especially girls around my age, that it's okay to, girls and guys obviously, it's okay to be like have multiple interests but also like do it all. Especially when it comes to like, I don't know, sexuality, like having sex, you know, like slut shaming, things like that. And yeah, like going out, like you can do it all. Bitch, be a thot and be a business bitch and do a meditation. Like you can do it all. Yeah, like you can post an ass pic and then you can go to your class, or not saying that you should do that, but you know what I mean, like whatever it is that you're interested in, don't feel like you have to adhere to it 100% perfectly. You know, like I get questions, basically like I get questions from girls that are like, oh my god, like I skipped a day at the gym, or I like, oh my god, like I went out this weekend and I drank a lot and I feel so guilty about it. It's like, it's okay, like it's a human experience, and you're gonna have days where you don't feel like going to the gym, or you know, want to go out, you want to send a nude, like if you're over 18. And there's gonna be days where maybe you feel like doing a meditation, or you feel like waking up at 5 a.m. or you feel like going for a hike, or like making a green juice, and it's okay to do all of that. And I just want to try to show you guys that you don't have to feel guilty for like not doing something 100%. I hope that makes sense, because that's something that I've dealt with, and dude, it sucks. And especially being online, like you're subject to a lot more opinions than, you know, you normally would be. So it's like, oh my god, is this like on brand? And it's like, bitch, my brand is all of the above. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. I always say this, but it's like, I hope this is coming across how I want it to. But yeah, do it all, bitch. Be a thot. Chase your alcohol with a green juice. You know what I mean? Like, just think of that. But yeah, anyway, let's see. I asked you guys on the little IG thing to ask me for some topics or some questions. So let's see. Oh, the first question I see is about moving out and like things I wish I knew and what I learned and all of that. And I should make a main channel video. I really want to try to make a video every day on my main channel. And I said that last week, and then I got caught up in some bullshit. So we'll try again. But I really want to have like a topic each day. So maybe this can be one of the ideas. So thank you for the idea. But yeah, I'll talk about it because there's so many things. I need to sit down and think of it and make an extensive list. So we'll see. Let's see. How to stay motivated when you're not seeing results in jobs, opportunities, the gym, etc. I think on one hand, it's like, know that results come with time, especially in the gym. It's like, make sure what you're doing is effective, and make sure like just make sure you're in check. And then it's like just time and persistence and consistency. And yeah, I think doing things like meditation, and especially guided meditations where they try to make, like, they talk about, okay, feel how you would feel if you had what you want, or if you had your, if you knew 100% that what you wanted was on its way to you. And making that feeling almost a priority and feeling it multiple times throughout the day, it helps so much, because a lot of it is just how you feel towards a certain situation. And I know, like, in the gym, especially if you're like going in every day and you feel like you're putting in work and you don't see results, if you decide to feel like you want to give up, what's that word? If you want to feel let down, that's how you're going to feel, and it's just going to keep going. But if you are like, okay, I see results, I'm going to try a new workout today, like I'm going to go a little heavier on my squat today or whatever, and you try to have that feeling of like, yes, like I want to go get it, I want that feeling to be on its way to me. And again, that feeling can be hard to switch over to, so I recommend that you start doing like guided meditations before bed. Do the one that I was talking about before. I still do it like every night, and that one I'm like, I don't want to say every night, but I've been doing it regularly, and I just feel like it helps so much in just how you feel. And when you feel good, you are motivated to do more, and you see the good in situations, and you see opportunities that maybe they were there if you didn't feel like that, but you wouldn't have been aware of them. So that's really like so much of the law of attraction. Like, you can use all these fancy words and like terminology, but at the end of the day, it's just like, you want to feel good in here so that you can see the good in the world and you can go after it. You know what I mean? So, bitch. But yeah, just focus on the feeling. Focus on how you feel. 420 hertz. Holy fucking shit. I'm so sorry. That was so loud for me. I hope it was not that loud, actually. My neighbors love slamming their doors. Okay. Let's see. How to separate who you are from your thoughts and feelings. Ooh, this is a good one. Again, meditation, y'all. Like, it helps so much, focusing on your breath. And I think especially for how you feel, because there's one thing to have a thought. Sometimes it's kind of easy to ignore. It's like, why did I think that? Like, okay, bye, bitch. When you feel something, like when I felt like so sad, like, honestly, don't suppress your emotions, TBH. And this is another thing, like kind of what I was talking before about being a thought and a business bitch. If you, like, don't feel guilty for feeling sad or feeling not ecstatically happy. Like, the point of spirituality, meditating, doing all of these things to try to feel good is that you can deal with negative emotion or bad days or whatever. You can deal with it more constructively. So it's not like the point of it is to live this ecstatic life every day. That's just not realistic. You're human, bitch. Okay, come back down to earth. But like, it's so that if you feel sad one day, you don't have to be like, oh my god, okay, I'm just gonna ignore it. Like, you can go into it and be like, okay, like you let go of that fear that you may have of a negative emotion. And it doesn't mean that you're like failing or like, oh my god, why did I feel sad today? Like, are my meditations not working? It's like, okay, you have a lot of shit going on. You have hormones, you have like things going on in your life. You're like a busy person. You have things in your past that are affecting you. You have people around you. It's like, man, it happens. We get stressed. Like, it's just part of life. So let yourself cry. Let yourself, go work out. Let yourself talk to somebody. Let yourself like sleep in. Like, whatever it is that you need to do to get back on track, and like journal and just like be in tune with yourself. And again, meditation helps so much, because I think sometimes when we feel something, our thoughts can like distract us from the feeling, but when we meditate, we're able to go directly to that feeling and kind of like not analyze it, but like feel it and kind of like work through it, rather than just like thinking a whole bunch of stuff and like, oh my god, why do I feel this way? Like, oh my god, why? Like, again, are my meditations not working? Like, am I a failure? Like, oh my god, is this gonna be forever? You know what I mean? So it's like, if you just meditate and you can learn to chill the mind the fuck out, it's a lot easier. So yeah. Me, like, this is like me to myself in my head. Me giving myself a pep talk. Someone just said weed. I don't smoke weed. Or like, I don't smoke weed socially. I mean, I really don't smoke weed. But if I do, it's like I have to be like like by myself, like about to go to sleep. You know what I mean? But I really don't, like, TBH. What are your thoughts on acting as if to attract what you want? Yeah, it's like, it's not like being I think people hear that maybe and they're like, oh yeah, that's like fake, like how am I supposed to, like, huh? Or like, I don't know, people can take things far. But I think it's like, if you, like, again, I said this before, in the meditation, they're like, what is the feeling, feel the feeling that you would feel, or that you would experience if you knew 100% that what you want is on its way to you, or that it's happening right now, or like when you wake up it will have happened. And you kind of get this like excited feeling, like, I don't know, to me it's kind of like the feeling of going to sleep before Christmas when you were a kid, and like you're like, oh my god, like I can't wait, like I'm so excited. And just like feeling, especially if you do it regularly, like I've been doing this meditation, feeling that in my body right before I go to sleep, and it makes such a difference. Like you're just like, wow. So that's what I would recommend that you do. TBH. This, someone just said no bras but you got tits, so like, with a smiley emoji. But it's like I don't think they're referencing me. It's like, are you talking about yourself? So like I just don't really know. I mean, do whatever you want. Like, if you're more comfortable wearing a bra, wear a bra. I wear bras. People see that video from so long and they're like, you wear a bra now? Fake ass bitch. And I'm like, bitch, like I'm not who I was when I was like 15, 16. How old was I? 17? It's like the stupidest shit. It's like, you wear makeup now? It's like, yeah. Oh my god. Okay, TBH, I don't think a lot of people are seeing my story, and there's a lot of like questions that are really good, but it's like I need to sit down and think about this, or like plan a video. So thank you for all the ideas. But yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym, do like a light workout, like I'll save a light day for tomorrow, hunty. I'm gonna like try to FaceTime my mom. She's like ignored my call earlier, so I'm kind of feeling like, what is your problem? Just remember that anything is possible. Feel like how you want to feel, and what you want is on its way to you, bitch. I want to do a guided meditation myself, so let me know, like, should I do one for success, or like I want to make a serious one, because I always forget to link the ones also, so if I just have it, that'd be so cool. Okay, thanks for watching, guys, and I will talk to you next time.